So if you're wondering why your man, your boyfriend, or the guy you're talking to isn't sharing their emotions, it's probably one of these 5 reasons. All right, this is the most basic one. 1, men from birth, from childhood, have been told to be strong, be a man, don't cry. Like, culturally speaking, we have been wired in our brains since we were children to not share emotions because sharing emotions comes off as being weak. 2, men don't really like feeling vulnerable. A lot of times for us, admitting our feelings actually means that we're like admitting defeat. I don't know why we think that way. I'm sure it has to do with how we're programmed, but that's exactly what it feels like. And being vulnerable in that way makes us feel weaker. It doesn't actually sometimes like spur a stronger or deeper connection. If you've liked anything about what I've said so far, please press that like button. It helps my channel grow. I actually also have a YouTube channel called Relationship Status, links in bio. Feel free to go subscribe. I talk about all these kind of things. I have people on the show and we talk about like young people and issues with dating and what's going on in Gen Z and even millennials and, in this modern dating environment. Number 3, we don't know exactly how to express what we're saying. Like, since we're children, we were not wired to like, oh, hey, this is exactly how I'm feeling. We're not programmed or trained or, we haven't developed that skill set to be able to speak on our emotions. And so a lot of times, like, we don't want to offend you or we don't want to piss you off or we don't want you to get angry or we don't want to come off as weak or feel like you're going to judge us because we don't know exactly how to say what we're feeling. Number 4, speaking of judgment, this is the most important one. A lot of times we won't tell you how we feel because we don't want you to judge us. Now, you may think you're not judging us. Oh, hey, I've never really said anything to make him feel like he can't say anything to me. That's what you think. However, a lot of you girls, a lot of times y'all be doing this thing like, oh, weren't you just the one the other day who, now you're trying to act all tough. You're trying to act all tough now, huh? Weren't you just the one crying my heart? Like, right? Bringing back up old things or even hinting at like their emotions at any point in time as them being a weakness can make a guy not talk to you again for a very long time. Number 5, a lot of times we're also going through like an internal battle. Like, should I say how I feel or should I not? And that process can be overwhelming, can be confusing. So a lot of times we're just bottled up inside. We're already dealing with so many other things, especially like in your 20s, like you just started your first job, et cetera. Like, you got so many other things to deal with. So, a lot of times it's just easier to not say anything because we're not exactly sure what's going to be the outcome. In the end, what does this all mean? The most important thing for you to do as his girl is to make sure that he has a comfortable space to be able to share his emotions where he feels like he's not going to be judged at all. If you can create that environment for him by taking in what he's saying with love and making sure that you're not judging him at all, even through your actions, through the way that your facial expressions are. Like, we don't want to feel like you're viewing us as weaker, right? Because we want to be seen as masculine and strong. So you have to create that comfortable environment for him to be able to speak what he's saying and then also make sure that like you're communicating to him clearly that, hey, like you can come and tell me what you're feeling no matter what. Because a lot of times, like, we're going through our mind, that internal battle, and we're like, oh, should I say it or not? And if you can sometimes initiate that and you can do it out of love and make sure it's really comfortable for him, I promise you, your man's going to start talking to you a lot more. Leave a comment if you feel like I missed anything, guys, as well as girls, if you've seen anything in your relationships. Leave a comment. I'd love to hear it and spread the word.